Okay, you guys, we're back on our foam core wood surfboard, and what I want to do today is I just want to resaw at least one of the boards I'm going to use for the bottom of the board. I'm not gonna resaw a whole collection. I'm just going to do one and just lay it out and see how it fits on the bottom of the board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to resaw the board. I'm not going to run it through the planer. Normally what I do is I resaw the boards down to a little bit over 3/16, and then I mill them down to about 5/32, and that's the final dimension. But I'm just going to resaw one board. I'm going to lay it out on the deck and see what it looks like. So I'm going to do that now. I got a new blade for the saw. So the saw should run good. It's going to be noisy. I haven't figured out how to cut out the sound, so I'm just going to do the procedure, and then maybe you could turn your sound off, or I'll figure that out maybe. Okay, so what's the first board I'm going to use for the bottom? How about let's use this really nice one. And I'm going to cut out this knot, and I'm going to cut out a little bit of this sapwood here too. So I'll do that first. And let me turn on the dust collector. Okay, so each one of these boards I can get 3 boards out of. And let's just clamp this down, see what it looks like. Oh, I don't know if I can use that clamp. Okay. Now you see I got the, I don't know if you can see this here, I'm going to move the board more into the frame. Let's see if you guys can see that. Yeah, okay. When I clamp this down on each side like that, I pick up my V in the tail perfectly well. And same with all the concaves and everything. And also, by the way, I've seen it done on other videos where they glue up an entire panel for the bottom and an entire panel for the deck. I don't do that. I glue one board down at a time. And the reason I do that is because I have found when I try to glue up an entire panel and then try to attach it to the board, it ends up splitting, just because you're trying to do too many compound curves. Now I guess it was better on a long board because there's less of that, but you know, this board is 7/6, it's got quite a bit of rocker. If I try to make a single panel and then bend it over the nose and then like up into the concave, it's going to split somewhere. And even more so with the deck. So in any case, what I want to do now is just see what it looks like when I clamp this board down. If it affects the rocker at all. Let's get this away. And okay, what I'm going to do is put a little weight on that. What could I use as a weight? Enough? No. Yeah. Not quite. So obviously if I put weight on this thing, it could potentially affect the rocker. What I'm doing is I'm placing the weight directly over the support of my I don't know, what do you call this thing? The thing that holds the board. And I'd like to get another weight over here. What do I got? This one is too heavy, I think. I shouldn't put this on there, but and let's see if I can do anything about measuring the rocker with this thing. I don't know. Is that gonna work? Do that. Okay. Okay. The way I measure rocker, I mean, there's a lot of variables going on here. If the straight edge is resting in the middle of the board, it should be level. You know, but there's a question, like if it's over like this and it's resting over here, what does that tell you? I don't know if that tells you anything. You could still make it level like that. So what I do is I put the stick in the middle of the board, roughly, you know, like here I am in the middle, and right now it's level. So let's see what the rocker looks like. So I'm looking at about, yeah, 3. I'm looking at 4 and 5/8. I got a ways to go. It's got to go down some. Okay. 4 3/4. It's kind of hard to see past the handle of the, but 4 3/4, which is about what I want. And then what do we got back here? I'm looking at 2 3/4. I think that'll be okay. Because the thing is, when I glue this board down and clamp it all down, it's going to have a tendency to flatten the board out a little bit. So I'll lose a little bit of the rocker, but I think that will be okay. Now, when I glue this down, I'm not going to use weights. I'm going to use clamps, and I'm going to screw it down in places. I'm actually going to put screws right into the foam with a little block to hold it down, and that's plenty of force to hold it down. I do put holes in the blank. I don't think it matters. Or, well, I'll put it this way: I've never experienced it to matter. So that's going to be my procedure in the next video. Thanks for watching.